Alright guys, thank you for clicking onto this video. I'm going to try and fit as much information as I can into the video here and try and keep it as short as possible because I know we're all busy as business owners. So how do we generate consistent qualified leads on autopilot without relying on pay per lead, pay per click, or SEO? So are you guys struggling with low quality or inconsistent leads? I'll show you guys a more cost effective and consistent way to scale your business. So let's get right into it. Are you guys facing any of these common problems with lead generation? Low quality pay-per-lead services with questionable practices, Google pay-per-click campaigns that don't convert, or are you guys relying on low volume, high competition keywords that there's no way you guys are gonna rank for unless you're doing a ton of bank links and stuff like that, which will take forever? Here's how traditional lead providers operate. So most lead providers, they run high volume Facebook and YouTube ad campaigns and sometimes pay per click as well. So here's the main issue. They sell leads to multiple buyers across the country. And the way that they get these leads cheap enough to make profit on them when they sell it to you is they try to have as big of a market when they're targeting their ads as possible. So they get as many buyers as they can and then as many markets as they can, and they run extremely aggressive ad copy that's not really going to reflect with what your ideal customer is. It's mainly just to get as low of a price when it comes to the lead cost. And the issue number two here is they're not fresh. So unless these lead providers are sending you the leads immediately as they come in, there's going to be a delay there. And, in this business, speed to lead is super important. If you don't immediately call these people back, they're just either not going to respond to you. They're going to say, hey, I never signed up for this. Or they're just going to go on to the next business. They're going to Google like um, lawnmower in New Jersey, lawnmower service in New Jersey. If you guys are not calling, they're just going to go to the next provider. So this is the harsh reality of PPC and pay per lead models. So when you're using PPC or other third-party lead providers, you must call them immediately or you guys are going to lose the lead. As I just said, they're going to go on Google and just click on the next listing there, or they're just gonna, go to the Google My Map service, whatever that is, and just go to the next person that responds. So you guys need to call immediately. And also, there's sometimes unethical providers, so they resell leads to kind of double dip. They'll sell the lead to you, and then they'll go behind your back and sell it to someone else, and then they'll just act like nothing happened. And another downside is if you're busy and don't have a dedicated sales team, the leads are going to go cold. You're not going to be able to follow up on time. And that's what happens when, sometimes these lead providers do have good leads, but your systems are just not able to fulfill these leads and call them back as soon as possible. So that's pretty impractical for some businesses. All right. And then here, pay per call can be better. Live transfers can be better because you can set up specific parameters like I'm only going to pay for a call $45 if someone stays on the line for at least 15 seconds. And they can't really resell this because it's inbound calls. And I'll show you guys kind of how that's set up here in a moment. And also another downside to this is you're going to need a sales team on standby. Otherwise, the leads are just going to go to other buyers anyway. So this is how the pay-per-call funnels kind of look. This is an example for something like final expense insurance. People that are looking for final expense insurance. Basically, you would run an ad. It would go to this landing page. Here on the left is the first page. They would click and it would go to this second page, and then the last page here, they're going to go ahead and call this number, and this number rotates to a software like Ringba, where whoever picks it up, whoever has parameters like I can take calls from this specific state. That's gonna ping all those specific people that can buy it, and whoever picks it up first pays for that lead, basically. That's how that works. And it's kind of similar to the pay per lead model, where they're gonna try and get as many buyers as they can, because the more states that they have in the campaign, the more areas, the cheaper it is to get a lead, basically. So there's no way you'll be able to get lead as cheap as they would, because they're in so many different markets that you just uh, quite frankly can't handle unless you're a nationwide company. All right, so the highest ROI strategy we recommend here is a blend of cold email outreach, and we're basically targeting very precise lists at a fraction of the cost of PPC. And a follow up strategy is the retargeting campaign. So anyone that has shown interest in our cold emails, they're going to get a retargeting campaign, and that can be done via Facebook, Google, PPC, YouTube ads, Google Display Network, anything like that. They're going to be seeing you all over the place or wherever you want them to see you. And the system allows you to reach thousands of ideal prospects and very specific audiences. So you're not running ads to super broad audiences where 1 in 1 million of the people viewing it is actually someone that could actually purchase your service and be a decision maker and afford the service. So this is a way better approach. When we're running cold email marketing campaigns, we're actually pulling lists of very specific people like CEOs, founders, the owners. So these lists are actually only the decision makers. They're not, a customer service agent is not going to be getting our emails. So we're starting from the top already, very targeted list, and it's very scalable. So we can pull very large lists and send thousands of emails per day with our system here. And I'll go a little bit more into that here shortly. But basically, anyone that's showing a response, a positive response, is most likely interested in what we have to offer. So this is way better of an approach than just running advertisements to a very broad audience and spending a ton of money on people that either aren't even related to our product or aren't able to make a decision. So here are some stats. This kind of just shows that SEO and email marketing there are at the top in terms of the ROI, as you can see there. And on the right here, you can see a significant portion of B2B companies, around 70%, are already using cold email as a primary outreach method for lead generation and sales prospecting, which makes it one of the most widely used tactics. So if you guys are not using cold email already, you guys are definitely missing out. And let's see here at the bottom. So many B2B buyers prefer to be contacted initially through email rather than cold call, making it a preferred communication method. So some of you guys have large SDR teams where you guys are cold calling a whole bunch of lists, and that in itself is scalable, but once you get to a certain extent, it's has a diminishing return, especially if you want to hire very talented people. It becomes very expensive and they can only have a certain amount of conversations per day. Whereas if you're sending a ton of emails every day and then only chatting with people that are showing interest there, there's going to be a lot higher ROI. Even if you have a SDR team, you guys can send a whole lot more emails and just focus the time on those people that are showing interest in those services that you have to offer. So here are the right tools for cold email success. So list building tools. How do we build lists? We're using tools like apollo.io, which build very targeted lists. We can pull very specific lists of our ideal customer profile. So CEOs, we can target by business size. So say I only want businesses that are 100 plus employees, I can do that. And then for local service businesses, so say you're looking to get more clients for a manufacturing company, you can do that. Or say you're looking to get more construction worker clients that are looking for more customers, you can do that as well. Here, email outreach tool. So how are we sending thousands of emails per day? We're not using things like MailChimp, Active Campaign, things like that. That's not how we do cold email. That's more for warm email, people that have opted in. For cold email, we're actually using Instantly or Smart Lead, and both are pretty much the same. All right, and let's go into the power of list building and follow up. So building high quality list is very important when we're doing this. So we're building lists with only qualified people and then verifying their email. So we want to send emails to only verified email addresses. So we're going to be using something like Million Verifier to actually verify the emails before we send, and then following up strategically to maximize conversions, and then filtering and retargeting only warm leads. So we're not running retargeting campaigns to the entire list. We're only running retargeting ads to people that have shown interest. So they click the call button or they schedule the call. We can set either one of those up. All right, and then how retargeting boost your cold email success. So you're going to be at the top of that person's mind. You're going to seem like the expert. They're going to constantly see you all over social media, Google. You're going to have the omni-channel exposure. So you're going to seem like the authority in that niche, and it's going to build a lot more trust. So typically it takes around 5+ interactions of them seeing you, seeing your company before they actually convert. So this is going to be pretty important. And that can be either done through multiple follow-ups on the cold email side, or through this strategy here where you're following up on the platforms here. So you're following up on Facebook, Google, etc. And you can start with a budget as little as $5 per day on Facebook for a retargeting campaign. All right, and here's a little bit of a follow-up process to close more deals. So say someone signed up to book a call with you, they stopped responding, they didn't show up to the call. I would capture their phone number, and every day I would call them for 7 days straight, call them every day. And then after that, for 2 to 3 weeks, call them twice a week. And then after that, just call them once a month until they opt out. So call them once a month forever until they opt out. That's typically a good approach there for the follow-up in terms of a phone call. All right, so how can we help you scale? So we do this all done for you service. So we'll build a targeted list for you guys and have only your ideal clients in there. We'll set up the automated cold email outreach system. We'll build out the email copywriting so you can get optimized response rates. And then we'll monitor deliverability to avoid spam traps so you guys are not landing in spam. That can be pretty technical. So if you don't know what you're doing, it'll be quite easy to begin landing into the spam. So this is where you want to focus a little bit more time. And if you guys want to do this yourself, definitely spend more time doing some research on deliverability. And also, we can help consult on some retargeting strategies, how to set that up to maximize the ROI on your outbound. So why does our system work better? You own 100% of the leads. We're not going to be sending the leads anywhere else. There's no reselling. There's no competition with other lead buyers. These are all your leads. It's your system. And we have a fixed monthly cost, except if you want to set up the retargeting campaigns, you'll have to pay for that as well. But it's predictable and scalable, and it's a hands-off solution. So We'll handle the lead system and you guys can focus on closing the deals and providing the service. It's quite an automated system and you don't have to deal with the headaches of deliverability, sending and handling all these 1,000 emails per day, uploading lists and email copywriting, doing all these things that can be a massive headache. We'll take care of that. So here are your next steps. Define your target audience, build a strategic cold email and retargeting campaign, and start reaching out to thousands of high quality prospects daily. Convert leads with a structured follow-up process. All right, guys. So are you guys ready to scale with an automated leads system? Go ahead and click the green button down below so you can schedule a call and see if we're the right fit for you. Again, you guys want to make sure that you guys do that as soon as possible. We only take a couple of clients every month. We are a boutique agency. We're not a massive company here. So we like to really tailor our system and help our customers as much as possible. So go ahead and click that green button down below and schedule a call. I'll see you guys there.